Okay, this is a continuation from 6.3 on fractions. Question 10 is your story problem. It says, at the age of 4 years old, the average person is 3/5 as tall as they will be when they're an adult. So if I draw a rectangle and I claim this to be the height of an adult, if I shade in 3/5, so I'm going to cut it into fifths and shade this in right here. What does the yellow part represent in the context of the story problem? Raise your hand if you can tell me. What does that yellow part represent? If the entire rectangle is an adult height, what is the yellow part? Yes, but what does it mean? Lucas. Yeah, but what is that in terms of what age? What age would that yellow be? 4, age 4. That's correct. So that's representing at age 4, they're 3/5 as tall as they will be as an adult. So if the whole rectangle is an adult, 3/5 is age 4. But at birth, the average person is about half as big as that when they're 4. So what am I going to do with that 3/5? I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to cut it in half, and I'm going to say this is birth. Half as big as they were when they were age 4. So what fraction of their adult height is that picture representing? 3/10. So therefore the answer is 3/10. Now without drawing it, someone tell me how you would have created that, Jordan, without drawing it. Von Schnitzel. The answer would be half of 3/5, right? So without drawing it, if you said half of 3/5, multiply your numerators and multiply your denominators, you would also get 3/10. Question 11. Question 14 says calculate and express the product in lowest terms. So for A, a half times a half times a half, what is our procedure for calculating the product of two fractions, two proper fractions? We multiply our numerators and multiply our denominators. So for this one, because they are all multiplication, we can actually write A as being 1 times 1 times 1 over 2 times 2 times 2. What's 1 times 1 times 1? If anyone in this room thinks 2 times 2 times 2 is 6, you got to think again. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So your product is 8. How many thought it was 6? I know. Your next question, B, is 2/3 times 1/4 times 2/5. Multiply your numerators. Multiply your denominators. And you're going to get 2 times 1 is 2, times 2 is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 times 5 is 60. What's wrong with that answer? Not lowest terms. Does anyone know what's divisible into 4 and 60? Tegan, you're very good at this. What is it? 2 is. What else is divisible into it? 4 is. How many? 4 divided by 4 is 1. 60 divided by 4 is 15. So your lowest term answer is 1/15. So if I do C, it's 3 times 3 times 2 over 4 times 4 times 9. What could I look for to make this easier? What could I look for to reduce it before I actually do the multiplication? Does anyone recall that? No, I can cross reduce. Let's see if it works. If I was to cross reduce the 3 and the 9, what would that become? 1 over 3. What about this 2 with this 4? What would that reduce down to? 1 over 2. Let's just keep that there for the time being. We'll come back to it in a second. What's 3 times 3 times 2? 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 4 times 4 is 16 times 9. Well, what's 16 times 10? 160. 16 times 9 would be 16 less than that, which is 144. Is that right? What's divisible into 18 and 144? Tegan, you've been good at this. Give me 1, 2. 2 is divisible. Give me 9 over 72. Is anything divisible into 9 and 72? What is it? Oh, you're so smart. Both divisible by 9. You get 1 over 8. So in lowest terms, it's 1 over 8. Let's look back at our cross reduction. I don't get 1 over 8 there. Is there anywhere else I can cross reduce this? What about right here? What's that going to become? 1 over 1. Let's multiply our numerators. What's 1 times 1 times 1? 1. 4 times 2 times 1 is 8. I get the same answer if I cross reduced it. Okay.